Hello, Charlie TCG here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I have a very exciting tabletop post-rotation matchup featuring Dragapult versus Tera Box. One of the most strongest sets right now in Japan. How on earth do they translate going against each other? So, without further ado, let's jump right into the video and look at the lists. So, I'm going to be playing Dragapult, and I think this is a very good traditional post-rotation list. Since we've lost some good key cards like Rotom, like Lance, like Forest Stone, and Templar, as well, of course, the likes of Radiant Alex Sam. So it's actually freed up space for quite a bit. With this build, I've gone a lot more on the heavy on the tool cards. Having that Defiance band, so Dragapult can hit 230 damage, which is very, very relevant. And actually, you can get into that one by utilizing your Dust Swords and Dustclops to go behind in prizes, which I think is really great. Another EXP share. If it's on one of your bench or Pokemon, get that additional energy acceleration. So you're not relying on like so Crispin or even a Sparkling Crystal. The Team Evolution can be really good to have that good established board state in the early game. I also really like having two copies of Badu, giving that early pressure, disrupting the opponent, making sure they can't really use any of their item cards is really, really key. And that's why I've gone up to the 2 instead of the 1, which is traditionally used right now as standard. And also one copy of Halucha as well. That Flying Press. I mentioned before, we do not have Radiant Alakazam. So this is a good way to actually mitigate and put some more damage counters on the opponent's side. But also mix of Dreepies, Rolts, Farmant, as well as also Hutus on and Tera Box, they all have 70 HP. So these having this Flying Press Halucha makes them go down to 60 HP, and Dragapult can clear out, get that easy one-hit clear in the late style game. I really like Dragapult right now in post-rotation. Internally, it's up there being one of the best decks. What's having it run for its money? It's likes of Tera Box. And Justin is going to be playing towards 60, which she got top 16 for the Champions League. And this deck is absolutely incredibly powerful. You have really good energy acceleration from having Crispin to actually put those energies in play. And as the old Terra Pokemon, you have a ton of different energies. So Crispin really worked well. But also Tilmas Ogerpon energy switch, having that additional draw factor, as well as also energy acceleration is really crucial. Obviously, one of the most scariest attackers right now, especially against Dragapult, is having that Weltering Master Ogerpon. Making sure you can take out 2 of the Dreepies, one on the bench, one on the active spot, is terrifying. And this can be done as early as them going second with the likes of Crispin, as well as also the Sparkling Crystal. And potentially, we could actually see this in this matchup. We also have Clefairy as well, making all Psychic Pokemon look for weakness into Dragon types, which is very, very scary. Of course, Pikachu as well, and Trapagos, these big one-hit KOs in the late style game. This build is very fast, very aggressive, and having a full line of Noctowl pretty much guaranteed you can get pretty much any single card you want to have. Fan Rotom is also a good sort of attacking option, as well as also in all those colors Pokemon as well. Obviously, as we have loads of these low HP colors Pokemon, this works really well. We play a ton of one-off, so kind of like getting this sort of searching effect is really powerful. But also having that Night Stretcher as well. I really love Tera Box, and potentially this is going to be the best deck right now in the format. So let's see exactly what they go like against each other. Is Tera Box really that much of a threat to Dragapult? So let's jump right into the match. So we're starting off here, and Justin is going first, starting with Mew, and I have a Dreepy. What Justin is really going to be looking for is having that good established board state. So getting the areas of under depth is really, really powerful. So we can actually get these Terra Pokemons out, like having the Ogerpon to get end acceleration. But normally from this first Ultra Ball, probably going to be looking for that Fan Rotom. Getting all of those key cards you need, like the Hutus, especially the 80 HP ones, make sure it's actually beefier and not going to be as disruptive against me. So I really, really like this sort of play and potentially him going into this one. Looking to see if he's got his Weltering Master Ogerpon, looking to see exactly, does he have the Crispin? Does he have a Sparkling Crystal as well? These are really good key cards here. We'll see he does get the Fan Rotom, again, all of those key pieces here. The Ditto is great because having that Mew having free retreat means he can switch into this one and kind of get much any Pokemon he wants to have. The Tilmas Ogerpon is really good. Having that additional draw factor and kind of getting that energy acceleration is really, really powerful. Also, we ought to notice that potentially you could use like some Night Stretcher. If you find a way to get additional retreat or not retreat and switch out, you can actually use just do again to get anything. He has a pretty good hand. He does have a Noctowl, does have a Terra, so he's just passing over to me. Let's see what I have. So I start off with an Arven. I'm looking at my hand here, and I go with that disruptive sort of play, potentially having that sort of Badu. But potentially, I want to be kind of like getting sort of any cards I want to have. Run that Buddy Puffin. I want to get these established forces, getting these Dreepies, as well as also having a Duskull to threaten that in the later game. I get a Sparkling Crystal, put that hand, play that Buddy Puffin to get that Dreepy and Duskull. I have a pretty good hand for going forwards if I can have that good established board state. But obviously, I need to always be remembering that this Weltering Master Ogerpon could come around. Manaphy and bench protection is not in this format right now. But look at my hand, as I have that Dragapult, I have the attack next turn, but nothing else from then. So I have to pass of a turn and just hope my Dreepies can survive. So it's pretty much what we're talking about here. Can Justin get the scary and Weltering Master Ogerpon play? And as he has the Noctowl in hand, we know it's very, very easy to get it to one. So obviously he's using the Dual Seeker now, getting sure he can search for deck for any 2 trainer cards and put them into hand as long as you've got Terra Pokemon in play, which is absolutely incredible in this deck to get any card you might need to have. So right now he's looking, he can get the Crispin, he can get the Sparkling Crystal, he can get the, we're looking to see if he's got the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon. I think there is an out for it in the hand, but we'll see here, oh, there it is. He's got the Nest Ball to get the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, he's got the Sparkling Crystal, which most likely means he does have that Crispin in hand to take out both of these Dreepies, which is really, really devastating for my board state, and pretty much making sure I've got no way into this game. If you can just chain these on Wellspring Mask Ogerpons, turn after turn after turn, can say goodbye to pretty much all of my MVPs from turn, every single turn. See here, he's got the energy acceleration. He has the energy switch already in hand, so we know that's the case, but he even has that night stretcher as well. In that retreat from the Teal Mask, going into the Wellspring Mask and shuffling all the energies, using it for second attack to do 100 damage to that Dreepy and 120 to the bench. And I have nothing. Can I draw into anything to keep into this game? The answer is I'm going to go Duskglow and just kind of like go into that one, ending the game one very, very quickly. So let's go into game two, see exactly how different this can be. So I'm starting off with a Duskglow, and I have got the Buddy Puffin. I'm just having a quick look at dirt, etc. as well. See exactly what do I have. I need to potentially get two Dreepies established on the board state right now. Do get the Artisan and using it straight away to get out a second Dreepy. So right now I've got two Duskglows and two Dreepies, and me personally, I think that's in a really good spot right now. I can have that good established board state. I can potentially get some Duskglows in the later style game, and I also have these two Dreepies as well to evolve into these Dragapults and Dragapults in the late style game. Thing else, I do get the Engix attachment. I have an Arven and also an Ione for late style term, so I have a pretty good start. So Justin is benching the 80 HP Hutu, which is pretty good, and using the Artisan. With Artisan, you could potentially be looking for that Fan Rotom, which he is definitely farming straight to the top of the deck, and can't gain any sort of card as well. Getting these more Hutus, getting the Noctowl as well. If I have an Iona in hand, potentially I want to be using that one, disrupting them, making sure he doesn't have access to having Noctowl pretty much any two cards from my deck. So we see this goes for the two Hutus and one copy of Ditto. Nothing need to worry because he's got that Area Zero because he already has a Tera Box in play, being that Terrapagos, spacing, benching the Blood Moon as Luna, making sure it could potentially be a Research or Iono he's really eyeing up. Here's Ultra Ball. He could potentially be looking for a Mew so he can draw into other stuff, but having that Latias, make sure you have that free retreat, which is really good, and actually utilizing it from the Ditto as well, discarding this one and promoting that Wellspring in the active. I'm right now really scared to see can he actually get this Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, but we do see a research, so there is still a chance he can actually get a double KO. He does need Sparkling Crystal and a Teal Mask Ogerpon, which he's got right there with that Teal Dust ability. Does he have Energy Switch attachment as well as also Sparkling Crystal to actually get the attack? But no, he's got just the Sob from this one, so Duskglow is now trapped. I bench another Duskglow and I do get a Cloak. Checking my hand, see so any sort of card I can get from Recon Directive. Probably be looking to see if I can get a not way to get a Dragapult. Do have Iono, so I might be thinking about playing that one, but I'm going for the Arven play. Potentially looking at this one now, you probably could be looking at a Team Evolution and getting an energy attachment to Duskglow. Kind of protecting your board state or evolving this one, maybe get a Dragapult, maybe get another Focus as well, which could be a really good, powerful sort of option as well. But we see here I have a Nest Ball and Sparkling Crystal, so potentially going to be going for. I already have a Team Evolution in hand, so I know this one. And here I'm already getting a much better board state. I protect it, so right now having this Dragapult and a Sparkling Crystal in hand, I'm putting on the pressure right now against Justin. So over to him. Let's see exactly what he has to respond to this very scary Dragapult on the bench, as well as also Dracloak and three Duskglows. We do see a Crispin, so we could see an attack with the Wellspring already. Taking out just two Duskglows, which is still not too bad. It's still very, very good to kind of remove them. So it adds that Lightning to hand and Water attachment from a secondary effect as he searched out two different types of energies. Now, looking at the hand here, we can see he does have some sort of out potentially to get any removal, but he could think about getting a trap, but he's probably getting rid of that Duskglow. So he's going here, getting rid of the Cloak, as well as also that Duskglow as well. Apologies. So actually removing any sort of threat. But do I have anything to go right into it? I get a Nest Ball, so I can get the Serendipity, get some draw factors right now, which is really, really crucial right now in this deck. See if there's anything I can kind of do. Draw into, I need an energy card, but I do have a Sparkling Crystal in hand. So, I've got a Sparkling Crystal, and I'm just playing an Iono. Just trying to see if I can draw into anything. I've got the rare candy Dust Noir. So that's a good sort of play as well. I got the Serendipity. Can I draw into energy? And the answer is no. So this deck is definitely struggling right now to actually kind of keep up that pressure. I can Jet Headbutt, do that 70 damage, and then I can obviously get the attack next turn. I have Dustin War plays, potentially I could take a one prize and see if I could maybe get an energy card, but I'm opting to save that Dustin War for later turns. I'm thinking that next turn, if I just need to draw an energy card, I can get the KO on this Pokemon. So what exactly does Justin have? He does have a Water Energy and Boss's Orders, so he's most likely going to think about maybe doing a soft play, just trap it into it, and that's exactly what he's doing. That Iono was really disruptive for him. I now have a Dusclops and Dustin Wild just right on the bench, but still nothing. Debating benching the bed, I do, but I have a Halucha putting these 10 pings right now. Essentially, I should have gone on one of the Hootoots, because then I could set it up for a KO in later style game here, but I thought Latias, I can work in with Boss's Orders, or even a counter catch in a late style game. We're trying to think exactly what's my best avenue. I still have Switch in deck. I still have potentially a Churro, but I'm just going to go with Iono. I get a fresh card of 6. I know Justin hasn't drawn into anything, but as you can see here, I do have the energy. I do have a Night Stretcher as well. So I'm just getting another sort of Droopy Dog, getting that protection, getting that energy, and hoping that EXP share attached to this one. So if Dragapult goes down, they still have an energy on board if they can't clear the Droopy. So we do see he does have that Night Stretcher attaching for turn. So we could go for energy switch and attachment using the attack anyway, KOing a Duskull or even a Droopy on the bench with Wellspring Master and secondary attack. So that could be an avenue he's kind of going. This one can go that with Crystal, can go that with energy switch as well. We still see here it's a very defensive board, and that's pretty much exactly what we're talking about right now. He's trying to mitigate from me not using the Dusclops, that Dustomoth. That's one of the best things about having a style deck, having that good disruptive removal, willing to not get me ahead of prizes while trying to take a good clean 6 prizes. So this is exactly the thing. He's got the Ultra Ball, so he has Hootoo, so pretty much access to anything. So he is going for Crispin, gain 2 energies from the deck, 1 to hand, and then 1 attachment to one of your Pokemon of choice. So definitely you want to be using your Wellspring Master Ogerpon. It is definitely the best attack in this deck. So that's exactly what he is thinking right now. If I was him, definitely KOing the Dreepy because you don't want to evolve it into Dracloak because that gives me additional draw factor in the game. And trying to remove that factor is really strong. So that's pretty much what we're talking about right now on the table. See exactly it doesn't need anything, but no, he is just removing that Serendipity, doing 120 to that one, and actually going for the Dusclops. So getting rid of Dusclops is actually really bad for me because that removes one of these good damage outputs. So he's only taking 1 prizes, and if I have both of them out there, I could theoretically take a good sort of big theme 1-hit KOs on potentially the entire of his board, which could be very, very scary for him. So again, Ultra Ball, I get this Dracloak, so I'm hoping to draw into something. Do have Serendipity, and I then again hit with an Iono. Get him down to 3 cards while I still have 6. So I don't really want to potentially use them Dustin War. If I use Dustin War, the opponent, Justin, can obviously go around as one, just take a 2-prize KO very, very easy. Mention another Dreepy, I know another liability, but then that switch, I'm preserving that energy. Bottom in the stadium as well. So obviously he's going to remove any of these Pokemon which already have that damage on this one, like that Fan Rotom. It's done its usage. He's getting rid of the Giraffe goes. Anything he doesn't want to get rid of Latias, doesn't want to keep Blood Moon. Blood Moon is obviously a very, very good scary threat. So right now I can KO just the Fan Rotom, the Wellspring Mouth Ogerpon, and I'm just going to put 10 onto the what's it called, the Tiamat Ogerpon, put some damage counter around, and hopefully try and get some KOs later on afterwards. So that's where I'm thinking right now in this game. Try to spread around the damage and potentially take these big 1-hit KOs later. Does have the Noctowl, so removing one of these Hootoots from an easy KO next turn. So trying to see exactly can he have access to anything else. We obviously can draw any sort of cards you want to have. Potentially you want to use a Wellspring Mouth Ogerpon, or even just using a regular Teal Dance to get to like chip damage into into my own Dragapult, or sometimes even get the Clefairy, which is again another scary card right now to have. So obviously that gets that big 1-hit KO on Dragapult. So getting the research and that Crispin, and we already see he does Clefairy in hand, and using that Crispin to energy accelerate through this Clefairy. So this Clefairy can use the new Rondo attack to get this big 1-hit KO on Dragapult, which is very, very scary. Now, I do have the cloak on the bench with an EXP share, so I know it's already got the energy attached to this one. So we can see this one here. It's going to attack into my Dragapult for weakness and take 2 prizes. So I'm very scared. I cannot use CM Dusknoir, and I hopefully can have energy. I do have a Dragapult in hand. I already know I have the energies right here. I'm attaching to Dreepy just in case. Rare Candy into a Dragapult, and I'm kind of like going back onto this play because I'm like, I need that Dragapult to actually draw into this one, and that's kind of, sorry about that sort of misplay right there. I kind of like, I know I need a Dragapult, and that's exactly the reason why right there. Get the Serendipity, draw into some extra cards, and right now we're thinking, what do I need to do? I could KO the Clefairy, which is a good sort of route as well, and take down one of the Hootoos. Go ahead and go ahead and prizes, go to 1. But this Bowmouse Luna pretty much needs to see the boss's orders, and there is 1 copy of Hootoot sorry, 2 copies of Hootoot right there on the bench. If I could remove one of them, or effectively if I could try and remove both of them, it could be a very different story. So that's exactly what we're talking about now. I have Counter Catcher, so we thought one of the best things to do is potentially Counter Catcher up Bluemouse Luna, spread out some damage counters, and hope he doesn't run out. You know he does have a research, so it could be very obvious and very easy for him to get it. But that's pretty much where we were thinking right now. On the table, that's pretty much what we were talking right there. We can see here, I'm going for the Counter Catcher play on the Bluemouse Luna, do 200 damage there, spread out some damage counters, and hope to get these potentially a 4 prize KO in next sort of tile turn. That's what I'm just doing, spraying on damage counter and seeing, does he have an out to this one? I think all he pretty much needs to do is to get knocked out, evolve into this one, get out a Night Stretcher as well as a the Stadium card, and then also you can have Free Retreat, getting your Latias back, Free Retreat into Clefairy and getting a big 1-hit KO. So let me know what you think about what this matchup was like. I think obviously it's very much more favored towards Tera Box, but I want to see exactly how different how unfavored potential Dragapult would be. I do think Dragapult still has an out to this one. How scary we don't have that extra sort of damage, bench protection from Welsh from us Ogerpon's attacks. It's very much difficult, very difficult for Dragapult to really keep up in the game, especially as it falls behind, and you don't really have the consistency you have from having that Rotom. But I still think Dragapult is doing really, really well in post rotation. But let me know what you think about what this matchup in the comment section below. Let me know how you enjoy this style factor, and hopefully next week I'll have another tabletop matchup which features Zoroark versus Shenpao. Can Shenpao keep up in post rotation? So I'll see you guys later. For now.